Hi guys, sorry I couldn't be with you in person today. Have a real busy schedule at church, so doing some maintenance service calls today. But I wanted to come to you just to be with you guys because I love you. And if it weren't for you, there wouldn't be a Fish Fam Mom. Love you. Hope you enjoy this premiere. See you later. To show you what's been going on. This is the 15 long, and we have some shellies and some guppies and some snails. This is Eco Complete, 2 inches of sand, and right now I have some Amazon swords in there. This is the remake on the 20 that I did yesterday. Got the hang on the back filter running. Got the air coming back into the sponge filter. The yo-yos are more active today, and the guppies are really swimming around from the top to the bottom. I love watching yo-yos. Now over to the 55. There's my koi angel. He is such a beautiful fella. He's a little aggressive. The water wisteria. This is an Amazon sword. This is a cryptocorn. This is a water wisteria that has overtaken the aquarium. The duckweed, if you can see back there on the filter intake, it keeps clogging the intake up, so I don't have much water flow right now, but there's only 2 fish in this aquarium, so it's not overstocked. I do 20% water changes once a week. This here, as you can see, there is some Americana vallisneria in the back. This is the monster Amazon sword. This is some Anubias. I do have another cryptocorn in the back here underneath of the heater. This is about 3.5 inches of black sand. The flash pleco is hiding. This corner here has a lot of debris because there's not much water flow back here, but there are some vallisneria growing up the side as well. And the plants have helped take care of the blackbeard algae. But that's my 55. And then here is the 29. There's my male albino bristlenose pleco out this morning, eating a little bit of California black worm pellets or sticks. I have some mystery snails in here. There's my black marble angel. That's the only survivor from those that I rescued after the tornadoes went through March of 2021. Water wisteria also is overtaking this aquarium. I do need to do some trimming. There's my female koi angel that I got from Tiffany White. Got her to breed with the other fella, but he ain't having it. There is a Amazon sword down here and a cryptocorn wind deadeye. and a small batch of Java moss. Have a hang on the back filter, sponge filter, and my DIY floating media filter. And there is Eco Complete and capped with black sandblasting sand. And there are also, I just scared him. There are also some glass bloodfin tetras in here, 4 of them, that hide most of the time in the water wisteria. Very bashful fish, but they're pretty when they do swim. Here is my 10-gallon rescue tank. I put a Ceratab on the side of the glass for the platies. These are the platies that I brought in out of the 40-gallon tub outside. I lost probably 5 of them. I didn't catch them fast enough. The temps got down into the 50s, and that affected them severely. But I also have some stray plants just floating around in this tank, sponge filter, and a heater. Hang on the back is not hooked up right now. And lots of mystery snails. Here is the 20 long that I keep having problems with. I think mainly because the tank is trying to cycle. And I think I'm gonna fast them for a couple days. They're not happy campers. I put a breeding trio of corridoras in here too, and they don't seem to be happy. I have water wisteria, a little bit of hornswort, some Amazon swords, some other kind of Anubias with the long leaves, and there's some Anubias on the wood, and this is 2 or 3 inches of Eco Complete in this tank. Just did another 50% water change. This time I added a little bit of stress zyme, which is liquid bacteria, to help the tank along, help it to age a little bit. Still have my little drink dispenser hooked up here with some of my guppies in it, and one of the bulb plants. I think the plant is called I'm not going to try it. It starts with an A. And then today I did another 50% water change in this 25. It stays cloudy. I thought it was bacterial bloom, but when I do drain the water, it's greenish water. So Dina at Everything Aquatic was letting me know that green water comes from too much nutrients in the water column sometimes, and too much lighting. So I overfeed this tank because, as you see, there is a large colony of my guppies that I brought in from the pond when the weather was changing. My blue-eyed lemon plecos are maturing and digging in underneath the wood. They're not really using the caves. The snails use the caves most of the time. There's some of my pretty peppered corridoras enjoying the water change. And as you see, some of those guppies, that's one of my big females there on the left hand side. Let's see if I can zoom in on her. And there's one that I brought in that doesn't have a tail, but her tail's growing. But there's that big female, and I hope that she's the mother of most of these guppies. Females have been hard to come by lately. The males are overpopulating. These guppies are mixed with blue-green Moscows and the Half Moon Mosaic breeds. They're about 4 years old now. Sometimes I get some blues, sometimes I get a little reds. The yellows I don't get so much of this time, but a lot of like black lace. And then here is my 10-gallon that used to house the swordtail endlers that I sold, and there's one little male endler in there that was real groggy and droopy, and I've done several water changes, and I added a little female in there, and he's perked up. That's him in the front. So he's really bounced back. He's not swimming lethargic anymore. And I do have a breeding trio of peppered corridors in here, and one little juvenile, and some snails. And I just checked on the lid, and there are abundant of eggs laid on the lid, so we will be having a mystery snail hatch out pretty soon. And over here in the 25, there is one lone platy in the midst of all these guppies because I can't catch him. This is about 2 1/4 inch of pool filter sand on top of gravel. And I know I was talking to T-Bones Tuesday night. He was having issues with plants melting in some of his tanks, but doing well in one tank. This tank here, the plants usually melt. So it's something about the sand in this tank that robs the nutrients from the plants. So I have to douse this aquarium with liquid ferts, and I do need to put some root tabs into the sand to help add some nutrients. When you have sand, you do have to add nutrients into your substrate if you're going to have root feeding plants or stem plants. A lot of the water column plants like hornswort, guppy grass, anubias, Java ferns, and things like that are water column feeders, and they get some nutrients from their roots. But you can't bury anything with a rhizome too deep. You can bury it shallow within the first 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch of the substrate. But this is just a little clip that I decided to share with you all this Thursday. Thank you for joining me with this premiere. Yeah, we've actually in the fish room tonight, and I am filming some activity of my yo-yo loaches. A few of us have thought that it might be spawning activity, and Dan said that several sites mentioned that they don't breed in captivity, little to no confirmed breedings. So what we're seeing tonight, if that's not spawning activity, I don't know what it is. I did lose one of them. I had 5, and the tank is healthier now. I've done a surface cleaning of the black sandblasting sand. I've hooked up the hang on the back filter. They've knocked the filter intake off once because they actually like to get behind that and sleep. And if they fight for that position, you know, sometimes the intake gets knocked off. So thank God wasn't anything sucked up in it to my knowledge. But I'm filming it now while we're talking. I've been keeping water changes weekly, similar behavior, cave oriented as well. Cool, Dan. I appreciate you finding that information for us. And I'm going to be doing a new series on Diego's channel, Diego of Petsotics. Um, I'm going to be his co-host for the month of November. We're going to stream on Thursday in place of the hashtag FishFamMom and guest. I'm going to be on his channel and his co-host, and we've got 3 guests lined up for the first 3 weeks of November. The 4th week in November is the 25th, and of course that's Thanksgiving, and we are not going to stream on Thanksgiving Day. And we're going to encourage everybody to be with their families, to really love on one another, and to appreciate the time that we have with each other. And if you can get together and no one be sick or anything, let's just be thankful. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics, hashtag FishFamMom, touching lives one fish at a time. See you later. Love you.